Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's open a beverage of your choice. Because today, I decided to do a little topic, do the topic of should street level heroes be involved in events? Okay, now, before I start, I need to qualify what I'm talking about for certain things. Street level people. Now, street level, I'm talking a regular human or slightly powered person, such as Batman, any of the Bat family, Green Arrow, Daredevil, Captain America, Hawkeye, people like that, Black Canary, Spidey, and then an event. Now, there are a couple different types of events. You take, say, No Man's Land, okay? That's an event, yes, but that's not what I'm talking about. Or, Civil War. Okay, I'm trying to cover both sides, the big things. That's an event. I'm talking the big events. Usually we're talking DC would be like the crisis ones, excluding like Identity and all that, but the Infinite Earths, Final, all this stuff, the heavy metal, the metal things, and then like the Secret Wars type of stuff with Marvel. Okay. Now, there's a reason I asked this. Now, let's say you have, and there are some people, let me put, when I say regular people or, slightly powered people, there are some, exceptions to these, obviously. You have Tony Stark. Yes, Tony Stark is a regular human, but he has, Rhodes and stuff like that. They're regular people, but they have, like, the Iron Man armor that gives them exceptional abilities. You have any of the Lanterns. Yes, regular dude or woman, but a little ring, which is considered probably one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, weapon in the universe. So, yes, there are exceptions to this rule. But just here, I'm going to clarify who I'm talking about on this one. Now, okay, so you get like Final Crisis, or you get the stuff like this. You generally have or the Infinity War, stuff like that. You have a god-like creature, small g-like creature, Thanos, Darkseid, and the likes, who have some sort of nefarious scheme to, take over the universe, wipe everything out, whatever, insert plot here. And you get a bunch of similarly powered people working to oppose them, to stop them. I don't see how you can get someone like, let me give you an example, like Batman, who can go up against these creatures, these beings. Now, okay, like I said, I'm using Batman as an example. People will say, well, Batman has beaten Superman many times before. Has he? Okay, so you have prep time. Okay. Which I think is kind of a bullshit excuse, but let's go with that. So you have Batman. He's got his store of kryptonite and all this stuff, and he's gone up against Superman in times where Superman has been under mind control or whatever. Now, every time that has happened, whether Superman has been under mind control of somebody, like in what was that? There's the Hush, where I think it was Poison Ivy who had control over him, or in certain other things where Superman has been under mind control. Superman is still finding a way to resist. He's not going full out. Even though he is, working on trying to carry out what he's supposed to, because he supposedly has no choice, he's actively resisting. So he's not doing everything that he can to just sit there and get Batman. Because if he wanted to, he'd just fly up, zap him from the air, or just go so damn fast and he's done. Now, I love Batman, and I am not the world's biggest Superman fan. But, I mean, come on, if you actually thought about it, there is no way that if given the opportunity, or if Superman is going full out, he could not take Batman. Now, you get someone like Darkseid, who is not under mind control, who is under no compulsion to sit there and try and, not beat up on somebody because they're his friend, who's sitting there trying to wipe somebody out. He's just going to go, oh, really? Darkseid's Omega Beams. Boom, done. Right? Other gods. And, say if they're going up against him the first time, there's no prep time for this because Batman doesn't know who the hell he's going up against. Right? Take that with any of the other, Bat family, or, say Green Arrow. What is Green Arrow going to do? Look, I'll do a trick arrow. Or if he was in his longbow hunter era, use a regular arrow. Oh boy, Darkseid's really going to cower over that. I understand these are pretend, right? That's, Then you get, you have someone else like Black Canary. She's going to scream at a guy. Do a little vocal. No. You take Thanos. Superpowered guy. He goes up against people like Thor. What is Iron Fist going to be able to do? What is Black Widow going to be able to do? Even Cap, as strong as he is, as tactically sound as he is, Hawkeye, whether they aren't going to be able to just do that, or against some of their minions. You know, it's not going to happen. You just Daredevil. What's he gonna do? You know, so there's realistically there is a point which they just can't go past, and it's not gonna. Now, I did mention, tactically sound under Captain America, and also Batman. They have tactics. You can have these people who are tactically sound, who are very good at tactics. But you also have certain, people who have the powers, who are also probably as tactically sound as the non-powered people. So, you have Batman, who's really got a brilliant tactician. You have can't think of anyone right off the top of my head, but you have that. You have there's Cap in Marvel. There's you have people over there that are just as powerful. I mean, just as tactically sound, that can be working on the front lines. And tacticians usually do not operate on the front lines anyway. Okay? You don't put your best tactician on the front lines. You don't. So in a time, if you're any war you're talking about, any battle you have, you're generally keeping whoever does the strategies, they plan stuff out ahead of time, or they're doing it in real time. They're away from the fight, so they can sit there and see, okay, this is going here, this is going on here, and then they can change things as they go because they're far enough back to see what's going on. All right. And also, another one, you have people who are the geniuses. Okay? Again, you have people like Batman, Mr. Terrific. You have Peter Parker. You have, I'm sure there's another couple street level characters in T'Challa who are considered geniuses in Marvel. Okay. Being a genius still won't help you win in a certain battles. You have people in these things who are just as smart, who are able to stay in the fights. You'll have a Reed Richards. You have Tony Stark. People like that who have the abilities and the genius to do things where were needed. You have the Bruce Wayne. You have Mr. Terrific. You have all the other, depending on his mood, the Luthors. You have them there. Again, if you want to, you know, if needed, you can keep them in reserves and have them in doing this stuff in the background. So, if you are having an event, it's not like you're getting together and say, hey, let's have an event. But if something like that occurs, street level people should not be involved in the upfront, on the line battles. The only way they should really be involved, if at all, depends on, you know, whether they are intellectual or tactical geniuses, and then they can be, you know, or just, you know, they can be involved in the background, as in, you know, behind the scenes, looking to figure out what needs to be, you know, see if they can come up with the tactics to beat them, or figure out what is needed to overcome these people, how to stop these people, how to, you know, stop the entropy from enveloping the universe, like in the first, you know, crisis on Infinite Earths, things like that. So, but up front on the main lines, no. You need people like, you know, Firestorm, who is, you know, one of the most powerful people. Batman. I mean, Superman. You know, because if you're going to be having a Superman who, like I said earlier, can wipe out people with just a, you know, without even breaking a sweat, people like a regular street guy, who's going toe to toe with Darkseid and just punch for punch. There's no way Dick Grayson or, you know, anyone else of that power set could realistically get involved and take it. So you keep these people if they need to be involved, or you want them involved, you keep them back. You keep your Firestorms, your Green Lanterns, your, you know, green, red, whatever. Your Superman, your New Gods. You take your Hulks, you take your Iron Man, you take your, you know, Thor, all these people. You keep them up front, do what they need to be do, and then, you know, so you have Reed Richards, you have somebody saying, hey, yeah, you need to do this and take care of this stuff. But that is just my opinion. And you know what they say about opinions. Let me know yours in the comments below as to whether you think I'm right or wrong. Well, opinions really aren't right or wrong, but, you know, let me know if your opinions differ. Put it in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and possibly share. And most of all, enjoy your comics, whether your favorite character's on the front line or not.